Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to show you something pretty fun that I've been playing with, and honestly, I'm still testing this, but this is my first ever Fire Knight Stage 10 hard team that I'm actually getting close to being 100%. It's still not perfect, it's still not, the best, but overall, so far, it has had pretty decent results. And the thing that I really like about this team is also the fact that it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast, considering that, I'm not using, the usual culprits. Like, normally the best teams that I've seen so far are with Valkyries, with Martyrs, with Cardiels, with Kaimars, and, well, I have Valkyrie, but I guess I wanted to try something different. I do have Kaimar, but again, I do not want to lock my Kaimar specifically in this dungeon because I kind of have him built for arena and some other stuff, so I really wanted to avoid using him for this specifically, and I'm still testing this. Testing this. I still need to tweak some builds, still need to try and maybe get some different builds on people, because it seems like, why is this? I don't know why this is happening to me, but it seems recently, ever since I'm trying to show a dungeon run for some of my teams, the first one always has to fail, and I have no idea why. Like, why my luck has gone this way. But you know what, let me just run this again, because it seems like it's just some bad RNG. And I guess, you know what, I'm launching this for you guys in the comments. If you guys think that you can give me some ideas by trying to see how we can perfect this team, okay? So the whole idea of this team is I tried to use my two Gnuts that I have, okay? So it's been really challenging. I've been testing this for hours and hours. I tried to do with Tomb Lord instead of Stag Knight. I tried to do with, some other people, but it just seems like the fastest way for me it was with Stag Knight because of his cooldown on his A2 being on a 3-turn cooldown, the AoE decrease defense and decrease attack, which helps me for the waves. And that worked a little bit better for me. Also, I had to play a lot with the presets. I had to play a lot with some other things, but at the end of the day, I feel like this is just the right combination. Maybe I need to change something for my Gnuts, because I guess the RNG that I see happening for me is if the Gnuts, because I have them both in Relentless, okay? So if my Gnuts get extra turns or like too many times, then my team kind of falls out of sync. Maybe I would need to try and test this out without Relentlesses on them, or maybe just have one in Relentless, because I kind of want to have like most of the skills fire at the right time, do enough damage for the first wave to kill it, so when I get to the second wave, I also need to have like a little bit of a delay so that people have their cooldowns. But I do think that maybe this might have to be the thing. I might just have to remove the Relentlesses and try and play with the right RNG, so to speak. But, overall, this has had pretty good results, like I mentioned. If I do get the decreased speed to land, that's pretty fun. So normally the decreased speed should land most of the time from Stag Knight, but again, the problem that I kind of have is the fact that Stag Knight's decreased speed is not 100%, okay? So it does have some fail rate, it can fail on the waves, but on the boss part, it mostly can fail if I do not land the decrease. If I do not land the decreased speed once I do the ally attacks or stuff, or look, something like this can happen, but I can still take a little bit of a hit because I do have the shield set on Stag Knight. I do have the decrease attack that I place from Stag Knight. So overall, this team can still do pretty good. But it's, again, I wonder what else I could do to improve it. Because as you can see, even if I do take a hit, sometimes I can still finish it. 2 minutes 18 is definitely not the worst and not the best. But let me show you what I have so far. So what I found so far, it's that I need to open with Longbeard's A3, then do not use it. On the second wave, do not use his A3, open with the A2, and then do not use it. Maybe I should even try and book this to make it to a 2-turn cooldown. And then on the boss part, I definitely make him prioritize with the A3. I do have him use the A2 as well, because that's the weaken that helps me do more damage to the boss. And even though I have him in reflex, it still works around pretty well, so that I can get the weaken out there and still come back to the ally attacks if I need. Then Lona Throttle, I open with the ally attack in the first wave, then I do not use it. Second wave, I do not use the ally attack because I need it for the boss part. Then he can do the A2. This one's pretty good because he can do some decent damage. He also brings some shield, so it helps sustain a few hits. And then when I get to the boss part, he only prioritizes the ally attack. Do not care about his A2 because I want him to come back to the ally attack as soon as possible. For the Gnuts, my slowest one, I open with the A2, then I do not use it on the first wave. On the second wave, I let him do whatever, and then on the boss part, I make him open with the A1 or even with the A3. I can make him open with the A3 because if he does get extra turns, I prefer he gets extra turns after he used his A3 so that, you know, those hits from the A1 can count as the freezes. But I guess I can even keep the A1, it doesn't really matter. But the reason why I try to actually use the A3 is depends how many extra turns he gets on the second wave. As if we take down the shield with the A1s and then he gets a turn but does not have the A3 ready, the A1 ready, he does the A3, not the A1 ready. If he has the A3 ready, which is the enemy max HP hit, he's gonna use that, and that means I'm not gonna get his turn meter control. So maybe this might do the trick. What I use is A2 there as well. Maybe I just open with this one over here and do not use it for the sake of RNG. There's, like I said, there's still tweaking that I need to do, but overall it's I'm getting close to a perfect result. Just I wanted to share this team with you guys because I wanted to show you what I'm doing, what I'm thinking of, and what you know, what other ideas to you guys could give me maybe. So the other GNU, which is faster, is I open with the A3, then I do not use anything. On the second wave, again, I open with the A3 if he has it ready. If not, he's gonna do the A2, which should proc Riho's passive, because the biggest problem with this wave is the Riho on the second wave that has the passive that reflects debuff, so that can be tricky. So I make him up either with this one or the A2, then on the boss part, same principle, open with the A3 if he has it, if not, do the A1. And then the last one is Stagnite, open with the decreased defense, then do not use it. Second wave, open with the decreased defense, he can use it a second time if he has it, or if need be. And then on the boss part, he opens with the A1, which is double hit for decreased speed. So yeah, this is a little bit tricky. Shout out to Razmat. He gave me an idea of trying to get one of the Gnuts to go in between the ally attacks so that we can take more ticks of those shield off. And that's how I got kind of like to this team. But the way that I've done build is Lonathar is in a reflex plus 3 pieces of refresh. 262 speed, don't care about accuracy. I try to give him some damage and good HP. He is booked, he has masteries with War Master because we kind of need the War Master to do damage on the boss to take it down faster. Then Longbeard, same principle, reflex with 1 refresh only accessory. Then I try to give him the accuracy. I do have extra accuracy from the Great Hall, from the area bonuses. Obviously, I'm going to try and get more and more in there. Try and get more accuracy, more speed, because the faster I move, the easier it should be. And then again, he's booked specifically on the A3 and some books on the A2. War Master again. The Gnuts are pretty much in the same builds with Giant Slayer and down the support tree. But is this my first one? Let me see. No, my slower Gnut is 255, 100% crit rate, good crit damage, good attack. Again, the accuracy that I need. And if I look with the final bonuses, I'm at 245. That's what you need in order to get a good chance to land your debuffs. Fully booked, obviously. Same thing for the other one. The other one is a little bit faster, 274, 100% crit rate, not as much crit damage, but still good defense, good accuracy. Same principle with Giant Slayer. And then Stagnite, he's in a shield set with some damage, because you know what? Stagnite can actually hit pretty hard on his A1. That A1 hits pretty hard. The A2 not as much, but the A1 does some pretty good damage. Again, he's running faster than the other Gnut. I think it's faster than Lonathar. Yeah, faster than Lonathar, because I want him to do the decreased defense and weaken before Lonathar does either the AoE attack or the ally attack. You know, he has an AoE on the A2, which can do some pretty decent damage. Again, I have him with War Master and 1 refresh accessory. So this is the team that I've been working on. I think I'm gonna keep testing it. Maybe I'm gonna try and remove the Relentlesses from the Gnuts, and possibly if I do it that way, I might give myself a better chance of actually controlling when they do the skills, if they do it at the right time and whatnot, because that's what it seems like it was the issue for me. It's if they proc too many Relentlesses on the first wave, then that's how the team fails. Maybe I'm not necessarily fails, but they proc too many Relentlesses, then they do not have the right skills at the right time. It's like I kind of want to have Stagnites A2 ready for the second wave. I want to have the fast Gnuts A2 ready again for the second wave. So basically what I'm trying to do is have the fast Gnut do the AoE, weaken and decrease attack, and then when Stagnite gets a turn, he does his AoE decrease defense and decrease attack. So even though Riho reflects the decreased attack and the decreased defense to us, Stagnite still gets a turn and does his AoE decrease defense. That's what I'm trying to do, and then Riho has that decreased defense. So let's see. Okay, he opens with this one. Then he does the A2. Okay, we have the AoE decrease defense, good smack in there. Again, see too many relentlesses sometimes, but this one looks like it's gonna be okay because we get enough turns, we come back, we kill the people, we can even sustain a hit, honestly, from Riho's A2. As you can see, we can even sustain it. Even if it crits, I still would think we're still fine because we have the decreased attack. If we do not have the decreased attack on Riho, then it's a problem. But I think that might be the next thing that I will try to test, to remove the relentlesses, maybe try and give lethal to them or some other sets that might help us, because right now it's just not perfect enough. Again, the ally attacks happen in such a way that after the shield is down, I land a decreased speed from what's his name? I land a decreased speed from Stag Knight, and then I do land the turn meter controls from everybody else. Let's see, we should come back to the A1, boom, see, there we go. So, I mean, I guess something else that I could try and do is just disable the A3s, but that would be sad, you know, if I disable the A3s from the Gnuts, well, I'm basically losing a ton of damage on the boss, and that would not be fun, that would not be fast. However, like this, look at this, if they do their A3s, that's 60% of his HP, and then he goes down pretty crazy. So I don't know, again, leave it in the comments below, guys. Do you have some ideas, some tips and tricks? What do you think could be done to improve this team better? Because you know what, most people have Gnut. Maybe some people start pulling a second one, and that's why I'm using the second Gnut in here, because I did get him. I'm not sure if this team would work with Creodan instead of Gnut, because his decrease, his freeze is not as consistent. I even tried with Yakar, but it's a lot slower, because if I have Yakar in the team, yes, he does smack, he brings some good damage, but I do not have the AoE decrease attack, decrease defense, sorry. And one thing that I definitely want to improve, and one thing that helps this team a lot and would help it even further is, well, the awakenings, the blessing. I need to try and get as many as many phantom touches as I can, because the phantom touch hits actually count as an extra tick on the boss's shield. So when I get my ally attacks in there, having the phantom touch to do the extra hit definitely helps me take that shield faster, so that when I do the decrease speed with Stag Knight, I can land it, and then when I do the freezes on the A1 with the Gnuts, I can land it as well. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.